Today on CCX News, what Brooklyn Park officials say will be a regional asset, why they say it's too important a project to put off. Hello and thank you for being with us. We are 10 days from the end of Minnesota's legislative session. Before it wraps up, officials in Brooklyn Park are pushing for funding to expand its community activity center. They say it means more than just a place to practice sports.
And so that keeps kids active, keeps them in a stream that rather than a school to prison pipeline, is very much a school to activities, to trades, to jobs, to college pipeline.
Bills in the House and Senate would give $9.5 million to Brooklyn Park to expand the facility. The money would be used to build 3 multi-use sport courts and to make the building ADA compliant. Local sports officials say they need the extra space.
We do continue to see growth in our BPAA program, but we also see constraints in the schools and the space that we use for our practices and our games.
Officials in Brooklyn Park had previously considered removing an ice sheet from the facility to make room for basketball courts. That plan has been scrapped. A former employee at the Robbinsdale Area School District has now been charged with possession of child pornography. 24-year-old Matthew Indykowitz was arrested by St. Louis Park Police this week. They were tipped off by the tech company Dropbox. According to the criminal complaint, he had saved 31 criminal child sexual assault videos with their services. He's been booked in the Hennepin County Jail. He previously worked in the IT department for Robbinsdale area schools. The district says he did not have regular unsupervised access to children. It's an announcement that came as a surprise to many, the first ever American Pope. And here at home, local Catholics are celebrating Pope Leo XIV. That was the scene at Good Shepherd Catholic School in Golden Valley on Thursday after white smoke emerged from the Sistine Chapel, signaling the election of a new pope. The selection of the first American pope also came as a surprise to people at Good Shepherd Church in Golden Valley.
When we found out he was American, it was bananas. We had an amazing time. We were going through the hallway and we were chanting USA prior to that.
Father Ben Wittenbull and the students at the Good Shepherd Catholic School watched the scene play out in the cafeteria as Pope Leo was introduced to the world. Father Wittenbull says the decision to elect a pope from the U.S. came as a shock because he never thought the conclave would choose someone associated with a world power. But now that an American is in that role, he says he wouldn't be surprised if more people in the U.S. come back to the Catholic Church, provided that Pope Leo leads with integrity.
I think like in the first year, especially of a papacy, people like kind of lean in and they are trying to see what kind of person is this going to be. And if he can win over their hearts, I think something is going to happen in the United States and South America.
Pope Leo's official inauguration mass will take place on May 18th in St. Peter's Square in Vatican City. Osseo area schools has something to celebrate. For the first time in 5 years, its graduation rate surpassed the state. And that's even more impressive considering the state's high school graduation rate reached a record high. The state's graduation rate is just over 84%. For Osseo area schools, it's now slightly higher and is nearly 5 percentage points higher than in 2021. In other districts, Brooklyn Center also saw impressive gains. That small district rose above a 70% graduation rate, nearly 12 percentage points higher than in 2020. Hopkins and Robbinsdale Public Schools, meanwhile, saw slight declines. We'll put a link at ccxmedia.org for more details on how you can find your local school. A well-known Golden Valley artist is putting on a show in collaboration with other local artists. Photographer Dustin Scholl takes us to the studio of Adam Turman to showcase art inspired by a variety of spring themes. It's appropriately titled Pop.
This will be the first group show. This is like the inaugural group show that I'm doing here. And I feel like that's really exciting for me. There's a lot of stuff going on here. This is everything that's part of the show, and the show is called Pop. Every piece of art in here is based off of a prompt. So we made a list of 15 prompts that are all kind of spring related, and everybody took a kind of a different approach on particular prompts. For example, this cluster of paintings here is based off of the prompt bouquet. It's kind of fun because we made these little labels that have a little flap on them so you can see what the prompt is that people are making artwork for. This cluster over here is Twinkle. This is Pastel. This one's Revive. Here's Duck. This is Warming. And then lastly, this collection is Sunlit. Leanne Hansen, this is her work, Magical Day. And Leanne Hansen, she's a Golden Valley resident, which makes it really cool because my studio's in Golden Valley. It's been a great opportunity for me to both connect with new artists and artists that I know and love. I mean, a lot of the people that are in the show are artists that I hang in my house, and I love them. They're great people, and they do amazing work. You know, if this show's successful, we'll probably be doing it again.
It could reach 90 degrees this Mother's Day weekend, but here we have something that could cool you off. The City of New Hope announced the winners of its snow sculpture contest this week, and we'll show them to you here, courtesy of the City of New Hope. In third place was Happy Hopper by Kenna Witter. Second place was Bite You McBiteface by Leah and Michael Cohn. And the overall winner was Snow Kitty by Nico Bellagio. Those three were the best of 11 entries. The winners got a cash prize or a gift certificate for New Hope Parks programming. Congrats to the winners.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all three of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Wayzata and Buffalo are both right about in the middle of the pack in the boys lacrosse Lake Conference standings. Those two faced off Thursday night. A beautiful evening for lacrosse as the Trojans take on the Bison. First minute of play, Wayzata's Cullen Britz passes out front to Ryder Alstead, who goes low with his shot for a goal. Trojans on the board 44 seconds into the game. Buffalo ties it up here. Parker Youngquist to Will Weber, who rips a shot into the net for a goal. It's Weber's team-high 18th of the season. Early second quarter, Coy Meyer feeds Carter Mollenhoff with a pass, and the senior scores. Buffalo has tied it again. It's 2-2. But most of the rest of the way, Wayzata's in control. Britz, with one of his 2 goals on the night, puts the Trojans up for good at 3-2. Ben Weekly juggles the pass, then regains control of the ball, turns and fires a shot in for a goal. It's 4-2 Trojans. Colin Bierman passes to Thor Sukup, who fakes the defender to get open. He scores one of his 2 goals in the game. Wayzata's up 6-3 at the half. Third quarter, Bennett Brown with an assist here, setting up Alstead for his second of the night. Trojans pulling away, lead at 7-3. Brown with another assist. This time it's Cam Johnson with the goal. Wayzata goes on to beat Buffalo 12-6. The Trojans are now 5-3 on the season. The Wayzata girls lacrosse team won 6 of its first 8 games. The Trojans faced another Lake Conference squad that's having a strong season when they face Buffalo. Jay Wilcox has highlights.
Buffalo coming in at 7-2 as they face 6-2 Wayzata in Lake Conference girls lacrosse. Buffalo's Hattie Toussaint splits the defense and goes low to score, and the Bison lead at 2-1. Wayzata's McLean Raider scoops the ground ball, turns the corner, and buries it. The game is tied 2-2 after a quarter. Buffalo has a strong second quarter. The set play here to Hannah Rosso, and she scores to give them a 3-2 lead. Lita Nelson turns the corner and scores for a 6-3 lead. The Bison later go up 7-3. Wayzata comes on late in the half, though. Ainsley Owens beats the buzzer to score with 0.5 seconds left, and the Trojans are within 7-5 at halftime. And Owens gets the only goal of the third, taking the pass in heavy traffic to score as Wayzata pulls within 7-6. They close strong. Evie Marks to Owens, who turns and rifles the shot in to make it 7-7, 5 goals for Owens. Jaden Miller gets it to Marks, and she scores to make it 10-8 Trojans. Wayzata wins a good battle, 11-8. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
3 area high schools, Wayzata, Hopkins, and Armstrong, were among those who competed earlier this week in the Section 7-3A True Team track and field meet. Chaz Moots has a recap.
Wayzata High School, the host site of the True Team Section 7 3A meet. Starting off in girls shot put, Wayzata's Katie Kelsenberg, good toss, 38-2 was her top throw. That was second only behind Armstrong's Ava Mack. This was Mack's best toss of 38-4. In the discus, they flip-flop with Kelsenberg placing first and Mack second. Boys long jump, this is Armstrong's Jordan McAfee placing 10th overall. 1911 was his jump. Parker Christensen of Minnetonka won the event with a 22-6. On the track, girls 1600, Maddie Gullickson of Wayzata finishes first in 4 minutes 55 seconds. Her teammate Julia Link took third overall. On the boys side, the Trojans Will Weber and Connor Vera took third and fifth overall. 424 and 427 were their times. Girls 400, Wayzata's Lila Golem wins her heat, clocking a minute flat. That was good for fifth overall. And on the boys side of the 400, Hopkins Henry Reiser dominates with a time of 48.77 seconds, first place and almost 4 seconds faster than anyone in his heat. Wayzata wins the boys meet, scoring 885.5 points. Minnetonka takes the girls team championship, scoring 978. In Plymouth, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.